Hi, Shadi.
Hi, Eleni.
I'm wondering if you could describe how organizational leaders are handling the pandemic and what could they do differently?
Great, thank you for this question. So, in a previous video, we discussed how the current leaders are actually uh, managing the crisis rather than leading people through this crisis itself. And let us just stop for a second and understand why is this happening. Because we prefer to lead people through this crisis rather than manage the crisis. The reason why this happens is that leaders, unfortunately, they're relying on the same tools that have been there for a long period of time without assessing their impacts, without assessing their validity and what have you. And also we can say these are the same tools that are creating those problems. And probably you've heard this statement before that says you cannot solve the same problem, the same problems with the same tools that have created them. And this is what we're actually trying to say is that the same mentality that is creating economic problems or economic situations that are not good, these are the same methods and the same mindset that are trying to solve them. And it doesn't work like that. So now we need to rely on new tools, on new methods to actually do that. Do we understand the difference
Yeah,
between the
yeah.
nuances? Okay.
Could you
So
give us an example?
yeah. So think about this way. Look at during this pandemic that we're currently living. What is the first go-to reaction for all those organizational leaders, most organizational leaders, instead of saying all, to really react to this pandemic?
Layoffs.
Layoffs. I mean, we've been reading it here in the US. In less than 1 month, 22 million people now are claiming unemployment. I mean, come on. For the past 10 years since the 2008 crash, a lot of those organizations, they have been amassing billions and billions and billions of dollars in terms of profit they have been making over long period of time. Why can we support our staff, our employees for a short period of time to make sure that they are well taken care of during this pandemic? So when hopefully the pandemic is over, they are still able to get the economic engine up and running very fast to benefit from it.
Yeah, but that would require a new way of responding also to shareholders. So, in other words, if we were leaders of organizations and had to speak to shareholders,
Mhm.
we would have to have a totally different confidence level to say,
Yeah.
you know what, we're not going to do the same old things of reducing
Mhm.
costs. We're going to do something different. And what kind of mentality and courage does that require?
Yeah. But before we even talk to shareholders, the first thing you need to do is talk to your people because they might have a new approaches, they might have solutions, they might have even short patches that can help during that short period of time. At the end of the day, even during pandemic, people are still requiring stuff, they're still requiring services, still requiring to eat, still requiring to be entertained, still requiring a lot of things. But the way we are accessing it is now different. So what I want to say is that the leaders, instead of sitting, organization, instead of sitting behind their desk with only the C-suite level and trying to solve all those problems, let them talk to the bigger team. Let them talk to their employees. Let them talk to the frontliners. And this is what we need to do. But mind you, a lot of them, they might claim, yes, we talk to them. We even send them surveys to give us their ideas. How meaningful is that? So meaning, how are we really doing it because we are generally seeking feedback? Are we generally appreciating or valuing the feedback we're getting? And this is the big difference because a lot of those guys, they will tell you, yes, we have done it. We even have suggestion boxes. These are just nothing but tick in the boxes for some assessment that you're interested in. But in reality, do you really mean it? And if you mean it, then you will approach it in a totally different way. And you will ask the questions in a different way.
And you'll get totally different responses.
100%.
So with the people we've been talking to who kind of said, okay, we started doing the same old thing and then we said, okay, but wait, this is a little brutal. What if we try something else? And then they start talking to their own staff. And of course, everyone has great ideas. And when they start doing it together, in
Mm-hmm.
other words, the decision making is distributed. It's not only on, like the responsibility on a few people.
Yeah,
It's saying,
yeah.
let's crowdsource good ideas and then pick the ones that we could actually do
Mm-hmm.
quickly, and then pick others that might take a little bit more time, but really respect the integrity of the team, of the organization in times of difficulty, and that then will create totally different outcomes. But
100%.
how might someone who's so loyal to the metrics of profits and efficiency, how might they do something different, even if they want to? How might they approach shareholders or different, stakeholders differently to say, look, yes, I'm expected to do this, but we're going to try something new.
Look, at the end of the day, honesty and emotional plea are always the best. Because again, even shareholders are somebody else. They are the parents of
People.
a child. They are people. They are cousins. They might have brothers. They might have sisters. They might have other family members that they. So when we talk that language, this is the best way that we can create the connection. Instead of just, okay, if the shareholders are only looking at the P&L or the balance sheet, they're going to answer you based on the balance sheet. But
Yeah.
if you base your discussion on a more humane level, on a more relationship aspect, then the discussion becomes different. Yes, you will always have people that are stuck to that old mentality, which is fine. But at least might have more people that will embark on this journey with you. And that's what we're trying to do in here. If you really are genuinely interested in changing the results, you need to change the mindset. And the mindset is look at people, not as cogs in a wheel.
Thank you.